Greetings, and welcome to an NJB thing, and today we have this thing from YouTube, which I assume I receive for reaching 111,111 subscribers, which is binary for 63. Let's get this thing open. Oh, it's actually for reaching 32 subscribers. I would show me hanging up this award, but we're moving in a few weeks, which, for those who are keeping count, will be the 29th time I've moved in my life. We're really hoping we'll be staying in the new place for a while. It's been pretty amazing to see how quickly this channel has grown, from 0 to 100,000 subscribers in less than a year and a half. There's clearly a lot of people who are interested in how cities can be made better places to live. Of course, if you haven't subscribed yet, you probably should do that now, and hit the little bell icon too if you want YouTube to actually do anything about it. I really appreciate everyone who has subscribed to the channel and left comments too. I especially want to thank my supporters on Patreon though. Their support has meant I can spend more time on these videos, and they've allowed me to upgrade my recording and editing equipment too, which honestly really helps. I've been able to release a few videos in 4K 50 now, and that will be my standard for all new footage I record, though I'm still working through a lot of old footage. I've also been able to upgrade my audio to one of my favorite microphones of all time, the Shure SM7B, used in radio stations all over the world. You're listening to Radio NJB, the sounds of the Netherlands. So thanks again to my supporters on Patreon. If you'd like to support the channel and get access to bonus videos, visit patreon.com/notjustbikes. Oh, damn it, I'm supposed to save that for the end. But I didn't want to make this video just about my channel, because while I do put a lot of effort into my videos and I'm very happy with what I've made, I also recognize that I definitely benefited from some YouTube algorithm magic. So while I have your attention, I'd like to show you some other urban YouTubers who you might also be interested in watching. Now, as a caveat, I don't actually watch a lot of city planning or urban mobility videos in my spare time. I got interested in urban planning because I wanted to understand why I hated car-dependent suburbia, and to move as far away from that kind of city as possible. In a way, I learned about city planning so that I could have the freedom not to have to think about city planning anymore, because I live somewhere that did it correctly. Well, correctly most of the time anyway. You're more likely to find me in the comments section of people who build and break things like Maximus Iron Thumper, the Post-Apocalyptic Inventor, Big Clive, Wintergarten, maybe even LGR. But nevertheless, there are some great urban YouTubers who deserve your views, so let's get started. The first and most obvious is City Beautiful. This is probably the largest dedicated urban planning channel on YouTube, and unlike this channel, it's run by an actual urban planner. City Beautiful has dozens of great videos, but one of my personal favorites is Where Did the Rules of the Road Come From?, which is great. I definitely want to expand on that topic, but I'll talk about that in more detail in a future video. Next, there's Do Not Eat 01, a channel that uses the game Cities Skylines to talk about cities and the history of cities. Particularly, the Power Politics and Planning playlist is perfect. I'm glad I installed that pop filter. But anyway, you definitely need to watch this playlist because it provides a lot of history and context into why American cities are the way they are. Unfortunately, this channel isn't updated very often these days because the creator spends most of his time on, Well, There's Your Problem, a podcast about engineering disasters. This podcast is a bit of a acquired taste, but their episode on the Tacoma Narrows Bridge disaster is amazing. I'll put a link to it in the description. Next, there's BicycleDutch. This is the source for all information about cycling in the Netherlands. There are over 800 videos here spanning 12 years and covering just about every topic you could possibly imagine about cycling in the Netherlands. In particular, the videos about Dutch Junction design are an absolute must-watch for everyone. There's also David Hembrow, who runs the blog A View from the Cycle Path, but he hasn't really updated his YouTube channel much lately. For even more in-depth videos about Dutch cycling, check out the Urban Cycling Institute. This channel is run by a fellow Canadian who is now a cycling researcher here in the Netherlands. On this channel, you'll find very detailed interviews and presentations by researchers and cycling planning professionals. They're also a Patreon supporter of this channel. Thanks, George! You might also enjoy the Ridecasts, interviews taken while cycling, including this interview of some random YouTuber who had 600 subscribers at the time of recording. Why is he even talking to this guy? Who cares about some tiny YouTuber? For Canadian cycling, you can't beat Shifter, a YouTuber based in Calgary. Shifter is all about urban cycling in a North American context. Check out his video about the unexpected benefits of an upright Dutch bike. You may also enjoy Streetfilms, which is American focused, but they produce many videos about cities in the Netherlands and other European countries as well. Personally, I'm too much of a cynic to enjoy the inspirational music played over videos of happy people cycling genre, but their videos are very well produced, and they have a much more positive message for American cities than my videos do. Check out their video about Ghent in Belgium. Next, there's Strong Towns. Now, obviously, I'm a big fan of theirs, as I've created my own series covering their topics, and they're now a Patreon supporter of this channel too. Thanks, Chuck! Strong Towns is better known for their articles and blogs, but their YouTube channel actually has several gems, like this tour of a, quote, pedestrian-friendly, diverging diamond intersection in the US. If you like videos about the problems with car-dependent suburbia, then you'll love the channel Gecko. In particular, you'll want to check out the Suburban Wasteland playlist, which covers many of the topics from Strong Towns and other researchers. The channel Ontario Traffic Man is run by another Canadian who moved to the Netherlands. His video about how multi-stage crossings can be pedestrian-friendly, comparing Dutch traffic signals to those found in Canada, would probably be interesting to any fan of my channel. Another channel you might enjoy is Jago Hazzard, about the streets and trains of London. Real London, that is, not crappy London. The way his videos are made is very similar to my own, and his channel has also grown incredibly quickly as well, recently surpassing 100,000 subscribers. I particularly enjoyed his Tales from the Tube series about the history of the London Underground. Of course, if you like videos about the London Underground, there's also Geoff Marshall's channel, but then if you like British trains, then I assume you know about him already. RMTransit also makes great videos about public transportation, primarily in Canada, but also about other cities around the world too. Check out his video about the future of Go Transit in Toronto. Now, if you'd like videos about Dutch trains, the only one I know about with narration, in Dutch of course, is Spoorwegen TV. Another interesting channel is 5K Cabview, with really high quality videos taken by a Dutch train driver, and there are several other channels with narration-free videos of trains in the Netherlands that I'll include in the comments. Of course, when the travel restrictions are finally lifted, I plan to make several videos about trains in the Netherlands. If there are any particular train-related topics you'd like me to cover, please let me know in the comments. And as you probably know, I have another YouTube channel where I live stream from a bicycle. If you like that kind of content, Pekka Tahkola has started live streaming bike rides from the winter cycling capital of the world, Oulu, in Finland. And if you're on Twitch, I can definitely recommend Bike Curious, who live streams really interesting rides in San Francisco with good commentary as well. I'll also put a link to some other bicycle livestream channels in the comments. Two other interesting streaming channels worth mentioning are Trucker Dylan, a truck driver in the Netherlands, and Jokers, a truck driver in Belgium. These channels are great for seeing Dutch and Belgian road infrastructure from the point of view of a truck driver. Okay, that's my list of must-watch channels. There are a few other Urbanist channels that I haven't talked about, either because they don't release videos often enough or maybe just because I don't like them, but I'm sure I've forgotten some as well. If there's a channel you think I missed, please let me know in the comments. That's it for now, but maybe I'll have other channels to recommend in the future, but maybe that'll have to wait until I hit 64 subscribers. I'd like to thank my supporters on Patreon who pay me to teach people binary. If you'd like to support the channel and get access to bonus videos, visit patreon.com/notjustbikes.